let me share. I believe Geshe is still not here.
You got your quiz ready, just go for it.
Okay, we'll do.
可以不可以？不可以？可以。
Okay.
如果你要，你可以。
我可以，好，我可以。
对。
我也
Sorry, Stanley. I got this
no problem,
lady
sir.
in my house woke up.
Lady is important. Sharing screen. Quiz. All right.
Ew.
Okay. Ew. Yep. All right, everybody ready? Let's do the quiz. Let's get through it. So we were entering the second chapter of Abhidharma, and the main thing is about the powers. So the first question, what are the 12 powers? Why are the 22 powers called what is called? What's the reason for that? Why are they called powers?
It gets so quiet during the homework, Stanley. It's like perfect meditation time.
Yeah, I almost went into shamatha.
They're powers because they do things?
To get you to your goals?
Huh?
I'm just wondering what you're looking for. To get you to their goals? That's why they're powerful.
Well, like, why are they named powers? Yeah, what do they do? So they are named powers.
The answer to the first homework question is in the second homework question.
Yeah, I was going to say that, Geshe. If you peek at the
right in front
we
of their
know
nose.
that the powers relating to the body protect the body, for example.
That's true, but there's a more general answer. Okay, check the second question. What are the 4 ways of asserting power by the 5 powers of the eyes in the section? So the answer of the first question is they are called powers because they assert powers.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah, it's a Geshe, have you seen it translated into root, the wambo translated into roots?
Translated into root?
Yeah, because in the Chinese commentary, I checked many, and they said they are translated into roots. The powers are translated into roots because they make things happen or develop things.
Oh, that's
Like
an interesting translation. I've never seen that, but it makes some sense. Yeah, not bad.
Oh,
not bad.
Okay.
Probably that's a
right,
reference to the power of the plant in the early part of its growth, right? It has a lot of power to push out of. It makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
It makes sense.
Okay, cool. Second question: what are the 4 ways of asserting power by the first 5 powers that we talked about? The eyes, ears. Yes, the first 5. But there are 4 ways.
Has answered in the chat box. Protect the body, make the body beautiful, and then Roxana also added some more answers. They focus towards the objects and create their own special results.
Right, except the last one. What's their own special result?
There's the result of an awareness.
Yeah, awareness. Cool. It's pretty short answers. And now we get into the power of masculinity and femininity. What do they do? Like there are 2 sets of 2. Each power does 2 things to assert their powers.
They make you more male or more female, right?
The male is lower, the female voice is higher.
Or subtle.
Right.
Yeah, by the way,
cool.
Stanley, the second set of 2 we didn't have yet. That's a different thing. Yeah.
Oh, we didn't?
That's a
Oh.
no, we didn't have it yet. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
so we
coming
only
later.
did the first
Yeah,
set.
we only did the first set. Yeah. Which
I
is
see.
masculine and feminine. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So can I? But is the answer correct to mark the person
Yeah.
as male or
Yeah.
female? And then,
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the first
Geshe.
set of two.
ah, okay.
Yeah.
Geshe, you use the two adjectives like deep voice or subtle voice. Is that correct?
I don't think in
Deep voice.
English we would say subtle. We would say high.
Okay.
We would say a high
Oh,
voice.
high voice.
Yeah.
High voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or low
Got it.
voice. Yeah. Yeah.
Deep or low, like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
The
Right,
Tibetan is a little bit different. Yeah.
Okay. All right. STW.
Ooh, nice
One Chen.
questions.
Thank you. One Chen.
Asserting
your
power.
Assert your power.
Yay. Geshe, check the dictionary for this word. It also means like to govern and to compel.
Yeah, it can mean that also. Yep.
Oh, okay. But when you say assert in English, it means to express or something.
It means
To
to
use.
use power towards some kind of goal. Yeah. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Yep.
Mikpa.
To focus or perceive.
Yeah. Oh, Tim, did you say something?
I said focus or perceive.
Right. In this context, it's which one?
To perceive, right?
No, the first one.
Focus.
Focus on. Like the.
By the way, this particular word is very, very famous in Tibetan language, but for accent. So normally Tibetan doesn't have much an accent, not like Chinese. But this particular word is an example, is always used as an example for accent. If you say mikba, it has one meaning. And if you say mikba, it has a different meaning. Okay. So,
what are the two meanings, Geshe? Mikba and
yeah,
mikba.
if you accent the first syllable, mikba, it means the verb to focus on something. If you say both syllables with equal accent, mikba actually means the object of focus. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So the meaning changes completely depending on the accent. Yeah.
Got it. Right. Rang.
Each
The
one.
cute sound. Right. Who said that? Rob?
Gibson.
Master
Gibson.
Gibson.
Cool. Oh, Gibson. Please teach me Tibetan. Can I say each of its own? Is it?
Yeah, you can say that, or each one its own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Pomo.
Male and female,
Yay.
or female and male rather, or excuse me, male and female. Yes.
Male and female. Yeah. Male and
Sorry.
female. You're right. You were correct. You must be thinking about your text in the evening.
I'm trying not to.
I'm excited to get here. I can't wait for tonight.
Yay. Last one. Soon.
It's like the mark of, like, it was used in the context of marking as a male or marking as a female.
Correct. Cool, Tim.
Yeah, and you guys can
Ready.
see how this word became the root of the word sini, which means the definition, or you see defining characteristics. So this
that's
is
cool.
very much related to the word senyi, and also Chen, which is name, right? So
Okay. Cool.
But Stanley, it wouldn't be marked as, because that there's a Dani particle right in front of it that is the as. So it's just mark.
So mark.
Yeah.
Okay. To mark. Thank you.
so
thank you.
lustro.
Mark's list. Okay, Geshe, this is my so the one that is
Yeah.
like this one is my previous effort. That's before words editing. So you can ignore
Oh,
that
okay,
part.
okay. Let me cook this, okay? The third power, the power of the life force, good. Asserts its power in the following two ways: to keep beings of the same type they were and keep them alive in the present. Wang Be Ring Dang Ngama Le Chima Jing Wan Dang. Yeah, this is a difficult sentence. What's the job of the life force? And this is the second set of two, Stanley. It how do you say that? It helps the other powers, like the powers of eye, ear, nose, tongue, skin, okay? It sustains their continuum. So why doesn't your eye turn into a banana? Is some kind of energy in the universe keeps it going in its own flow. So if you think about your eye doesn't become your ear, right? So the life force sustains the flow. Can you go up one line, Stanley?
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Yeah, good. Yeah, Ring Da Ngama means the former version of something becomes the later version of something. So like Stanley of 3 o'clock becomes Stanley of 4 o'clock. And that's what the life force does. The life force sustains Stanley from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, okay? And once Stanley has reached 4 o'clock, it keeps Stanley going to 5 o'clock, okay? So Ringda Ngama means Stanley at 3 o'clock is sustained to Stanley at 4 o'clock. And then once Stanley has reached 4 o'clock, Jungwa past tense, Nepache, it keeps him going till 5 o'clock. So basically the power of life keeps you going from the past to the present to the future. That's all. Okay, keeps the same flow of the same person, Stanley, going from past to present and future, okay? That's the job of the third power, which is the third of the four, right? So the four means first you have the 5 sense powers, then you have the 4 other powers, which is male, female, life, and mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, let's go see what the mind does. Fourth. Yeah.
One word is disturbing. Rikja. Similar.
Yeah, ringda means it sustains the same type of thing. So Stanley, okay. So ringda, by the way, heavy prenasal. Ringda means it keeps things going in the same identity, with the same identity. So Stanley becomes Stanley of yesterday, becomes Stanley of today, and then gets pushed into Stanley in the future. It doesn't change to Allison halfway through or something like that, okay? So Ringda means the continuum of the same person or of the same being. And it doesn't, Stanley doesn't change to another person halfway through, okay? Like that.
Okay, cool.
Okay. All right. It's a good question. Shibe ngamane didandine chimani samjora. Yeah. Bring the past life into the present life. That's nice. That's a good translation. Yeah, good. And by the way, this verb, this idiom, ning sam jorwa, okay? Ning sam jorwa. It's a very unusual word. It's often misspelled as nitam, and it's a very unusual. You don't see ning spelled this way because the ning for heart has an S on it, and the ning for old has an R on it. But this one means to make the crossing into the new life. Okay, make the crossing into the new life. So, what's the job of the mind power? And don't forget, we're not talking about mind in general. We're talking about mind as one of the 22 powers. Okay, so as one of the 22 powers, the mental power's job is to keep Stanley going from one life to the next life. Okay, it's to push Stanley out of this life into the next, across the border into the next life. Okay, and it asserts that. Whoa. Okay. Okay, that should wake up everybody. But this translation is pretty good here. Yeah, I like the translation. Yeah.
A couple of terms ago, we searched and we found that Nitsam Jorwa is a damka for Ningsam Jorwa.
I think it's possible, but a more common is Ningsam. But I'd be interesting to look at the. It'd be interesting to look at the Sanskrit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I think
so
it's very common to spell it as ni, and I don't think it's the best spelling. Yeah.
Okay. So Geshe, the mind here, the mind power here, so we can't really equal it to this, the mind in this.
No, it's the power of the mind is different from the sense power of the mind. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like
as one of the 22 powers, its main job is to keep you going from life to life. And
so I can't
the
really
third
put
one's
it in
job.
the.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, so I can't really put this mind into the 18. I mean, equal it to one of the 18 categories.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Now the next sentence is hard.
Yeah.
There is a compelling reason. It is to say that the author does not agree. Yeah, this is a very difficult sentence word, and it took. We're gonna talk about it in more detail, but this is that. What's the Sanskrit? I keep forgetting it. It's like iha or something, and it means they say. So lo means they say, and the reason they put it in this verse. Oh, it's kili. Okay, kili. The reason they say it in this verse is that the position that Master Vasubandhu described doesn't even acceptable to the detailist. Okay. So usually when Master Vasubandhu says lo, it means the detailists say, the Abhidharma people say this, but I don't agree. But in this verse, when it says lo, it means the position that Vasubandhu wrote isn't even accepted by the Abhidharma guys. Okay. And on top of that, the detailists get into the story here. And they start arguing a different position. So really you have three different positions here. You're gonna get the Abhidharma position, the detailist. Then you're gonna get the sutrist position. Then you're gonna get a position that neither one accepts. And this is what we're talking about now, okay? So it's very confusing, okay? So I'll translate it. Lo she mupani, when they say here, there's a specific reason why they say that. And that's to show that Gakpa pen is to imply a refutation where this doesn't fit the position of the detailist. Marangba means it's improper, even according to the detailist, okay? And because Wambo Dedaki Dun Shetsu, this method of explaining why these guys are called powers, Cheda Mawe Derma Dubecher, is not part of the Vaibhashika school, okay? So usually the word low in the Abhidharma means Vasubandhu doesn't agree with the Abhidharma guys. But in this verse, it means even the Abhidharma guys don't agree with this description. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Wow.
And that's gonna need a footnote, I think. And I have a footnote for you. We're gonna read it right now.
Okay.
Yay. Thank you for a good homework. And
Thank you.
here we go. Where are we? Okay. Sorry. That's Allison's text. Yeah, here we go. So these are the two sentences that Stanley covered already. And we don't have to go through those again. So this was confusing to me also. And because it seems, Choni Lama seems to say, this verse doesn't even fit the Abhidharma system. You see what I mean? And so I went for some clarification. I went to some other for some clarification. Here's a famous book called Chim Jambe Yang. And this is one of the few books that is very honored in the Tsongkhapa tradition, which comes from before Tsongkhapa. So this is a great Abhidharma commentary that was written about 200 years before Tsongkhapa. And it's so good that we use it. And I'm very attracted to it. Someday, if we have time, Stanley, we could do this one. He mostly focuses on difficult points of Abhidharma. Okay. So Stanley, let's read this together because it's a clarification of this confusion. It's going to help with this confusion. Okay.
Look, actually, is this not in the ACIP database?
We have it
It
in
is in
the
the ACIP database.
It doesn't have a catalog number or anything. We don't have this version of the file, that's all.
Yeah.
Oh, it does because this is somebody did a computer input of it, and I just used that one, but there is another version. Yeah. It's a huge book, and I'll tell you the problem with this book. It's got footnotes, and it's all over the place. They're all over the place. So it's a mess. Someday we have to clean it up. Okay, please read Stanley, and Dr. Campbell's gonna check you. I'm sorry about the divisions of the lines. Just go to the comma and stop.
Lo Shejawa ni ye
Chejak
tu chejak tu ma we dubalama rampate.
Yeah, and what this means is, in this particular verse, when they say lo, it's trying to indicate that the ideas which are expressed are not even acceptable to the detailists, okay? Even inside of Abhidharma system, they are still not correct, okay? This whole idea about protecting the body, making the body beautiful, creating consciousness, and this male-female ideas, they are not accepted by the normal detailists, okay? Why? Keep going.
Lu separ ni wang ten ki chepe chetang.
Yeah, good. This is very difficult. Lu Zepa. Now, if you're talking about making the body look nice, it's not the eye power that does it. It's the Wang Ten that does it. Okay. Wang Ten means the whole eyeball. And technically the Wang Bo is the sensitive cells at the back of the eyeball. Okay. So the Abhidharma guys are telling Vasubandhu, hey, that's not what we say. And he says, why not? And he says, we never said the eye power was what makes you handsome. And he says, well, sure you did. You got to have two eyes to be handsome. And they say, no, no, no. The eye power is not the eyeball. The eye power is the color and shape sensitive cells at the back of the eyeball. And that's not what makes you look nice. So don't report us. Don't tell everybody that the Abhidharma guys think that the eye power makes you look good, because it doesn't. It's just a bunch of cells at the back of the eyeball. You're talking about the Wang Ten Kopa. We call Wang Ten Kopa. You're talking about the whole physical eye, but that's not the power of the eye. That's where the power of the eye lives, in the back. So don't tell people, Vasubandhu, that this is our position, because it's not. Okay, let's go to the next one. Dr. Campbell still checking. Yeah.
Okay. Dusumba tang tat na tat nya tumong mayim
Nye.
nie. Okay,
Tanye.
cool. Tanye tumong mayim pahang wangbola dembe nam she ki che tang.
Yeah, good. Now, here's again the Abhidharma guys complaining that Vasubandhu has misreported them. And they say, look, as far as protecting the body, it's not done by the eye power. It's done by the namshe, which depends on the eye power. What's that mean?
The eye awareness.
Yeah, it's the awareness of the eye that protects you when you're driving your car. The eye can't see another car. The eye sees colors and shapes. The eye sees black square. The eye doesn't see a truck coming at you. That's the awareness of the eye. Okay, so don't say that we said that the eye power can protect you, because it doesn't. Okay, nice. Okay.
Nice. Makes sense.
Yeah, and stuff like that. Tanya Tumo Mayambang. I don't know what he's saying here. Tanya Tumo Mayamba means special terms used for things.
Like
that's not done by the. Say again?
It almost seems like it should be tumong yimbang, like the and designation. And generally, general designation.
Yeah, I don't know specific designations. It could refer to the male and female. I don't know. I'm going to skip it. Anyway, they don't agree to that. And read this one, Stanley. And Dr. Campbell's still checking you. Let me push it down. Hang on. Okay.
Okay. Derne po samba chip
Tole.
boy. Dole po samba chepe ne yoki bume samba chepe ne meto shesumpe pomoy wambo mepe sukambe platang selva
Gelpa.
Gyal
Or
Gyalpa
Gelpa.
Yeah.
Tang Gyalpa Tangboy Miam Po Ying Bei Che Tang.
Okay, good. Brahmacharya, right? Sutra says that Sutra has a statement that says males are the places that can practice celibacy, but females are not the places where you can practice celibacy. But what it means is devas in the form realm don't have sexual organs, okay? And we can talk about it later, but they don't have the normal sexual organs, okay? Also, Kalpa Dumbo and me, the first humans on this planet, which is Adam, right? They were all male, okay? The first human is male, Manu, in the Hindu tradition was male, okay? So it's not necessarily the case that you would have, it's not necessarily, you can have in the form realm men and women, but they are not marked by those organs, okay? So again, we don't agree with your explanation, okay? And like that, there's a list, okay, of things they don't agree to, okay? And I think we'll leave it at that, all right? I just want you to appreciate the O here, which normally means Vasubandhu doesn't agree with the Abhidharma explanation, but he's reporting it. In this particular verse, it means that even the Abhidharma guys don't agree with the explanation, okay? And it's gonna get more confusing because then the second school jumps in and says, hey, we'll tell you what we think also. And it's one of the only places in the Abhidharma where the second school jumps in to talk, okay? So anyway, this verse is they say, all right? Here's a nice, there's a famous statement by an early Sanskrit author named Purnavardhana that explains this law also. So if you're ever bored, Stanley, you can read his explanation of why somebody disagrees here, okay? And I went and got it for you, okay? It's pretty famous. Okay. Okay. By the way, here, even saying that, say again.
Oh, I'm just wondering if the detailists in the sutras don't agree with the explanation, that means it's not a Buddhist explanation, right?
Oh, well, that's a different question. It's probably one of the 18 groups or something. By the way, here it says, for example, it's not the eye that sees things. It's the consciousness that relies on the eye that sees things, okay? And anyway, they just don't like the explanation. All right, we're gonna move on. How many of the 22 powers did we cover so far, Stanley?
9.
Yeah, we did 5, the 5 sense powers. Then we did the 2 pairs, which was?
Male, female, and
male, female,
life force,
and then life
and
mind and awareness, life and awareness. So we finished 9. We're still missing how many?
13.
Yeah, we're still missing 13. Here we go.
By the way, Geshe,
yeah.
When you teach, you say life itself is awareness. So how would you compare this saying?
Oh, that's coming later. Yeah, that's coming later. It's gonna come later. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, wait a minute. I think Tim wanted to check your pronunciation.
All right. So des duk ni tang yite mikte ni tang ten nyong ki wambo nga churchin wambo shechate kunne yongmong pala wang chepechu.
Yeah, this is a pretty heavy one. Okay, now he's gonna treat the next 5 powers. The next 5 powers are 5 powers of feeling, okay? The next 5 powers are 5 powers of feeling, okay? Here's the first 2. We call Sorwa Deduk, okay? Dewa usually means what, Stanley? And Dungel.
Deva? Oh,
yeah, Dewa means feels good. Dungel means feels bad. Okay, and to shorten it, we say deduk. Okay, now in the Abhidharma system, when you say deduk, it always means physical feeling, not mental. Okay, so in the Abhidharma division, good feeling means physical good feeling. Bad feeling means physical bad feeling. So that's the first two. Okay, now you get yide and yimide.
Mental good and mental.
Yeah, mental good feeling and mental bad feeling. Okay, and then you get one tangyong between all of them.
One neutral.
Yeah, neutral feeling. And then the famous question in the Abhidharma is, can you guess?
That
why don't they divide?
Neutral into physical nor mental.
Yeah, and they say, look, neutral's not strong enough to worry whether it's physical or mental. It's physical neutral feeling and mental neutral feeling don't feel much different. Okay, so we just have 5 and not 6. Okay, let's take those 5. Chen. Okay, we call them what?
Call them powers.
We call them powers because they wang chepa.
They assert powers.
Yeah, assert power. Again, yeah, that was Stanley's famous homework question. We call them powers because they assert power. Now, what do they assert power towards? Kune nyomomba.
Like involve things involving mental affliction.
Yeah, they
emotions.
mess your mind up. They mess your mind up. Okay, anger, desire, hatred, jealousy, all comes from these 5. Okay, Abhidharma system. Abhidharma system. All your mental problems, depression, pride, jealousy, desire, hatred, they all come from what?
These 5 feelings.
Yeah, from feelings. Okay, now he's going to explain it more. Okay, but this is a very traditional Abhidharma explanation. Okay. Somebody says, well, why say that? And he says, here we go. Where is Sugang? Where are you? Let's go.
I'm here.
It looks like you're in Dubai, by the way.
Dubai.
The background. Like Dubai. Okay, Detal.
Debalachak suk ngao la
Đúc nghèo. Đúc nghèo.
Đúc nghèo la court.
Tro.
Then
Đúc nghèo là tro.
Thắng tro.
Tro.
Then nhung lệ.
Tăng nhom lệ ní.
Tăng nhung lệ mí. Ma rikpa kebeche.
Nice. Yeah, so, Vasubandhu said, look, these 5 feelings are called powers because they assert power towards messing up your mind, okay? And then the guy says, I disagree. And he says, they're Tao? Yes, they do, because we get chakpa towards dewa.
We get chapa.
When something feels good physically, we want attachment.
Desire.
Attachment.
Oh, attachment. Oh.
Yeah, attachment. And when something feels bad physically, dunya, we get control, anger. Okay, we get anger. And by the way, I think you don't have to say physical here. When something feels good, we want more. When something feels bad, we get upset. What happens when something's tangyong, Stanley?
Tangyong. Tangyong, neutral?
Yeah. What kind of klesha do you get from neutral feelings? That's marikpa.
Ignorance? Really?
Yeah, you get misunderstanding, okay? And it's a very famous Abhidharma position. Anytime you feel good, you start to get attachment. Anytime you feel bad, you start to get upset. And anytime you don't feel good or bad, you're just being ignorant. The flow of ignorance is going on sweetly. Okay.
Yep.
This is very Abhidharma. Okay. Now I'm gonna call on Dr. Kramer to give us the 5 famous good qualities from the second chapter of the Yoga Sutra.
Shraddha, Virya, Smriti, Samadhi, Prajna.
Yeah, Shraddha, explain.
Shraddha means faith.
Okay.
Virya is power or effort. Shraddha, Virya, Smriti, recollection, recalling the mind, memory, bringing the mind back to the object, maybe. Shraddha, Virya, Smriti, Samadhi. Concentration. And wisdom.
Good. Okay. These are prominent in the Yoga Sutra, but because they are prominent in the second of the 5 paths, path of preparation, mainly. Okay. They're also present on the other paths. But here they're quoted in the Abhidharma. Okay. And Stanley powers. So how many you got now?
5, 4, 5, and then 5. So it's 19.
Nice. Yeah. We're still waiting for 3, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So here they are. Tepa means what, Stanley?
Faith, Shraddha.
Faith, Shraddha.
Shraddha.
Andrew means hard work, Virya. Okay. Chemba means mindfulness, which is Smriti. Okay. Then Tingenzin is concentration, which is Samadhi, and Shiram, which is Prajna, wisdom. Okay. These are 5 powers. These are the next 5 powers. Okay. And these are good guys. Okay. The last 5 feelings were bad guys. They assert power towards messing you up. These 5 assert power towards purification, namjang, okay? But there's 3 more, all right? We only got 19, right?
Yeah.
So what's the last 3 powers are very specific to Abhidharma, okay? They're very, very special Abhidharma powers, the last 3, okay? And I went and got them for you. And I'd like you to read them here. And Gibson's gonna check you. Let's go, Gibson.
Master Gibson, okay. Mishepa, kun shepa, chepatang, kun shepatang, kun shet dembe, wampo sum.
Yeah, and these are very, very unusual and special Abhidharma powers, okay? Mi shepa kun shepa means the power that turns not understanding into really understanding, okay? So there's a power that takes your misunderstanding and turns it into really understanding, okay? That's number 20, okay? That's number 20.
Okay.
You okay?
Cool.
So
yeah.
It turns your misunderstanding into pretty good understanding. Okay. That's the 20. 21 is just having that good understanding. Sorry. It is understanding. Okay. It's understanding. Okay. It's understanding well. So 20 takes your misunderstanding and makes it understanding. 21 is just understanding, okay? And 22 is having your understanding, okay?
Oh.
And those are very unusual Abhidharma ideas, okay? And that's some of the subject of the rest of the Abhidharma, chapters 8, 9. Okay, these other chapters. Okay, I'll say it again. These are 3 special powers of purification. Number 1, it turns your misunderstanding into some understanding. That's number 20. And then there's just the state of understanding, which is 21. And then there's 22, which is possessing your understanding, which is different from understanding. Okay. Okay. All right.
What's the distinction between this and Shero?
Long story. This is called Kunshepa, which means know everything, but it's not quite omniscience either. Okay. Let's go back to the function. By the way, he doesn't name them here, which is frustrating. Okay. So look, the bad guys were the 5 feelings, and now we have 8 good guys. 5 of them are those good qualities from the Yoga Sutra, the 5 good qualities at the second path. And then the last 3 of the 22 powers are difficult. And he only gives you the first one. He only gives you number 20. Okay. Mi, Shepa, Kun, Shepa, Chepe, Wambo. The power that gives you, the power that turns your misunderstanding into understanding. Okay. And then he says sok. What's that mean, Stanley?
Exactly.
It's mean. It's cruel.
Exactly.
He says, etc., etc.
Yeah.
He doesn't even give you the name of power number 21 and 22. Okay. I gave you the name. I didn't even charge you extra. Okay.
Thank you.
So those 3, now you got 8 good guys. Gepo. Okay. Now you got 8 good guys. You got the 5 of faith, effort, mindfulness, samadhi, and wisdom. And then add those 3 powers that help turns your not understanding into understanding. Let's take those 8. We call them wangbos. We call them powers because they assert power towards the good side of life. Namjang, chok. Chok means the good side. Okay. So we had those 5 negative feelings, right? They assert power towards messing up your mind. These last 8 assert power towards making your mind pure. Cool?
Cool.
And we finished listing the 22 powers, but the chapter's not over yet, okay? It's a long chapter. Okay, so here we go. Let's keep going. We have a little time here. I think Adam wants to check you. I heard that.
Okay. The tell Ranki Mitung Choco Nyung Ching Tokpa Gongbel Du Chepala Wangchet Pager.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, this is just a general comment on the 8 good guys at the end, okay? The 5 good spiritual qualities and the 3 transformations, really. Okay, why are these good guys? Well, they do 2 different things. What's the first thing they do? Go nun for $25. Word is waiting for the money.
They protect your head.
Close, but no cigar.
Subdue.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Upala got the $25. Go nun means suppress. Okay, to suppress a bad quality. It means to press down on your head. Okay, so let's say, by the way, it's a famous deficiency. What do I mean?
it cannot really get rid of it. It's just suppressing.
Good. Yeah. Like all the normal psychological explanations of anger, they can go noon your anger. They can suppress it for a while, but they can't stop it. Only understanding that the husband's not even in the kitchen can stop your anger forever. Go noon means temporarily suppress, okay? Me tunchok means negativities, okay? Negativities, okay? So these last 8 guys, first of all, they can help you suppress your negativities, all right? And they also assert power to take your understandings, your realizations, and increase them higher and higher. Kong Pao means increase higher and higher, okay? So why are the last 8 called powers? They are powers because they assert power. Well, what kind of power do they assert? They help you stop your negativities and they help you increase your positivities. How's that? Okay?
That's good. Yep.
All right. How are we doing on time? We're okay?
3 minutes.
We have like 2 or 3 minutes.
Let's go, Stanley. Nick wants to check you.
Okay. Nipa techapala. Nipata. Nipa techapala. Tachepala.
Keep going.
Oh, sorry. Kajik.
Sorry, I was just blowing my nose for half an hour.
Potam ka po wangki po sunsuna.
Okay, so Nipa Tachepa means, and by the way, Tachepa means you tear something apart. You tear an idea apart. You just tear it apart and try to understand it, okay? Oftentimes it implies in a debate format. So I like to translate it as dialectical analysis or debate analysis. And tonight we're going to start the Tachepa of the Perfection of Wisdom with Tim's new book. But here in this book, he says, let's step away from the root text. You don't see any bold here, do you?
No.
He says, let's step away from the root text. Who's talking?
Choli Lama.
Yeah, Choli Lama. Let's step away from the root text and let's go deeper into some of these ideas about asserting power, okay? And here's his first one. Somebody comes and says, all pos are marked as pos by their powang.
Oh, male.
All males are marked as male by their masculinity. Okay? And by the way, when somebody makes an argument like that, it's always
wrong.
It's always wrong. Now, why is he wrong? We don't know. Okay? But he said the following: all males are marked as male by their masculinity power. Okay? Now, we have to find an exception. That's our job.
Right.
We have to find an exception. Is there any males who are not marked as male by their male power? Here we go.
Is it the male power or actually the male organ?
Yeah, but we can't stop in the middle of this.
Okay. Demi Tapatel.
Good.
Tapatel. Oh no, Tapatel.
Tapatel.
Sukam. Tapatel. Sukambe. Kamsatla Pomoy. Chepa Yukyang. Yewa. Yewa Yukyang. Pomoy Wambo. Te Mepeche.
Yeah, and Tony Lama says that's not necessarily the case because in the form realm, we do divide people into male and female, but they have no sexual organ. They don't have the male and female power, okay? So you can't say that the only way to mark a male is with the sexual organ, okay? The power, okay? Why? In the desire realm, we don't call somebody male or female because they have a male or female organ. We only call them male or female if their gay is dang or to.
Their voice is low.
Yeah. Yeah. Or they have pneumas. Pneuma means breasts, okay? So if they have breasts and they have a high voice, we call them female. If they have a low voice and no breasts, we call them male. And that's how you get to be male or female in the form realm. Therefore, it's not true that all males are marked as male from their male power. Okay?
Cool.
Special
Yay.
debate. Okay. All right, we'll stop there.
Thank you, Geshe.
Yeah.
Thank you, Geshe.
Yeah, you're welcome.
There's a yoga. If you thought Stanley was smart, then you can come to his Q&A tomorrow during this same time.
Okay, cool.
And in about 13 minutes, we have yoga coming up taught by Mr. Juan Hasso.
Yay.
So stick around.
You guys, tonight's a very special class. We're going to start a book which is so important that it was the first book that John Brady's project ever input 35 years ago. Okay.
Whoa.
It was the first book we chose out of 300,000 books. It's the first book we ever chose to input. Okay. So be there or be